Okay, listen, at this point, I seriously think I'm just hoarding trash. But I'm enjoying myself a lot. Hello there. So today is another day when I decided to take out my box of trash and just kind of show you what I used up, It's a good video if you want a quick review on a bunch of random things, which some people might want. So I'm going to go through these things. We have makeup, we have skincare, we have body care, we have hair care, and I'm just going to give you some tea on all of these products, how they went, how they were, if I like them, if I would repurchase them, or if I already did. So let's start off. We really do have a lot today, so I'm going to start off with the big ones that are literally just overflowing from the box. So first one we have is a shower gel. This is from Zaija. It's a Polish brand that uses a lot of goat milk in their stuff, but then they recently just kind of started doing all other sorts of things. And this is their Cupucau butter. It's a shower gel technically and a bath soap, which is supposed to be very moisturizing. It has different butters and oils like macadamia oil and Brazil nut and karité. It's a very moisturizing shower gel. I really liked it. It has like this weird pearly brown effect, and it just felt very nice. It wasn't drying out my body too much. So yeah, I was pretty happy with it, and it's like great value for your money because the brand is pretty affordable and this is a huge bottle. However, it does contain a sulfate, so if you have very sensitive skin and you know that you cannot stand sulfate cleansers for your body, stay away from this. Next up, we have a shampoo. It's not very often that I use up some hair care because I do have a lot of it and I kind of like circulate through different ones. But this one has been like one of my protein favorites for a very long time, basically since I discovered it. And it's the Superfoods for Hair Damage Control Shampoo with kale, omega-3 and keratin. This is a great like daily shampoo. It doesn't have any harsh ingredients and doesn't have sulfates. It's not clarifying shampoo. This is something you can use on the daily or like every wash day, and it's going to be perfectly safe for your hair. What is even better about this is that there's a bunch of protein in the formula. This is just a very nice shampoo. It doesn't have like a creamy texture. It's more like a gel. It's kind of lightweight. It lathers really well and it washes the hair really well. So if you're looking for a good shampoo that's kind of heavy in protein but is really lightweight and washes well, I would definitely recommend this one. Or at that matter, any other shampoo from their line of shampoos. They all look the same, just different colors, different ingredients. But I would say that Superfoods is seriously incredible brand for hair care. And it is Curly Girl Method approved. Okay, let's continue with the hair stuff. I also have this, which is currently in my hair. It's slightly washed out. But this is the Revolution Tones for Blondes in Dusky Rose. It's a non-permanent color and conditioner and gloss. So it is basically like a pigmented conditioner slash hair mask. What you do is you're supposed to wash your hair, dry it. I like to leave it a little damp. And then apply this all over the hair, rake it through and let it sit for 30 minutes to develop the color. Then you just wash it out with water and you style it as usual. When it was fresh, it was a lot more like prominent, but you can still kind of see it in my hair. It's like this beautiful cool tone pink. It's really pastel. It looks incredible. And I'm actually thinking of repurchasing it because I think this is the one I like the most from the pinks that I've tried. It just stunning. I seriously love it. Then we have a little weird one. This is a packet of Micellar wipes. And a disclaimer, no, I do not use these on my face. I actually use these when I do swatches for my blog or when I need to like wash something from makeup. Because makeup is kind of hard to take off your like table or chairs or floors. Don't ask me why is there makeup on my floor, but it happens. And I find these easier to use than trying to scrub it off with some stuff that's not as effective. So these, one pack of these. And next we have quite a lot of skincare. I went through a lot of stuff and I think I've been collecting these for like a couple months. I think like 2 or 3, something between that. Let's start off with the older ones. This one, I mean, just the packaging always speaks for itself. Like when it looks this bad, I've probably been using it for a long time. But this was the Revuele Moisturizer with Centella. I'm not sure if I ever mentioned moisturizers from Revuele, but they're amazing. You get this like small bottle. It's 30 milliliters, so it's perfect for traveling, just take it with you. And all the moisturizers I've tried from them were kind of like on the edge of like day or night moisturizer. So I could use them for both, which is even better for traveling, right? So this specific one did have Centella Asiatica in it, which is supposed to be, calming, soothing to the skin, but it was also hydrating. I cannot read you the ingredients right now because they're all pretty much gone, but I can see glycerin, I can see aloe, so it's like a quite nice hydrating cream. And I did enjoy it, and I did try other ones, and I think I like this one and the hyaluronic acid one the best. Next, we have this one. I recently mentioned this one in my favorites video, and I managed to use it up. So thank God I, made it in time to put it in there. But this is the Q&A Seaweed Peptide Eye Gel. It's basically like, substitute for eye cream. It's like an eye area care product. It was kind of this like thick, slightly drier type of gel, so it was very moisturizing. It sank in very quickly every time I used it, and it was just a perfect day eye cream for me because I didn't have to wait too long till it soaks in. I could go in with my makeup pretty much straight away, and it wouldn't mess up the formula. So this is truly incredible. I must say the Q&A really impresses me with all they do. I don't think I have a product from them that I didn't like. I would definitely recommend this one, and I am considering repurchasing it as well. More Centella. This is from Skin 1004. I'm not sure how do you pronounce that, but this is their Centella cream, 75 milliliters. This is a great cream. It is quite like heavy and potent, so I had to use it mostly at nighttime, but it is not comedogenic and it's really calming, incredibly hydrating. It made my skin so smooth every time I used it. It's really like the perfect universal night cream for me. I'm kind of sad it's like I'm out of it now because now it's gone and I have to find something else to use. I did really enjoy it, and I would definitely repurchase it if I didn't have 10 other night creams I'm waiting for. So next we have some Glow Recipe, which I already repurchased. Let me talk about these two together, okay? So we have the Watermelon Glow PHA and BHA Pore-tight toner, which is their very famous toner. I did have the mini. And I also had the Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer. I must say, the toner, it took me a minute to like, because I was expecting it to be a lot more lightweight. It was just a lot more thicker than I expected. It felt differently on the skin than I expected, and it's not a texture I have in many products, so I had to kind of adapt to it. But then when I was using it for a little bit of a longer period of time, I realized that I actually quite like it, and it does give my skin a pretty good glow, so I actually started to kind of cheer for it, and I did start to like it at the time when I was using it up. And then we have the moisturizer, which I fell in love with immediately. This was like my favorite product from all the minis that I got from Glow Recipe. This was it for me. Like, the moisturizer is incredible. I love this. It is really lightweight. It's exactly like the kind of lotiony jelly type that I just love. It's lightweight, it works well with SPF, it hydrates but not too much, not too slippery, not too oily, not too shiny, but still great glow. So big fan. I actually repurchased both of these, the moisturizer in full size and the toner in a mini, because I got this cool set at Cult Beauty that came with a fanny pack. You can't say no to a fanny pack. Speaking of number ones, this is the XX Revolution Overnight Recovery Cream. This is probably one of my favorite moisturizers I've ever used for the nighttime. It is, marketed as an overnight cream, so you should use it at night. It does contain probiotics. This just felt so good on my skin, and it was just friends with everyone. It was great as a moisturizer. It was great as like a lightweight moisturizer that you want to put a night mask on top of as well. So I was just reaching for this all the time. I really like the packaging too. It's like super chunky. Yeah, it's also cruelty free and vegan. It's super nicely hydrating. It repairs the barrier. It's such a good thing to have. Like, I was such a big fan of this. I was like dying to try XX Revolution skincare for like a longer period of time, but this like blew my socks off. I'm legit sad I don't have it anymore because I was reaching for it on the daily. This really grew on me. If you're looking for something that's not gonna be like oily and thick and it's just gonna make your skin like this kind of like velvety, smooth, beautiful, hydrating, it's taken care of. You can just go to bed with a good feeling that your skin is in good hands. This type of feeling, I would definitely recommend it. And I would also recommend you check out the XX Revolution skincare. So next up, I do have this one. This is the Essence Hello Good Stuff Herbal Face Mist. I did talk about it at the skincare video from Essence that I did. And it's just a nice mist. This one had chamomile, green tea, and tea tree, so it was a little bit more on the calming, anti-acne side. And I just really liked using it as like a refreshing mist between my skincare steps. This is a great great mist. I think this was my favorite one from all the ones they did. And I did use it after workouts too. Next we have a makeup product. This is the Weibo Aqua Mist Powder. I've been using this one for so long. I actually had to take out the sifter from it because I really wanted to dig out all of it. This was a tremendous powder. It was quite heavily scented, but not to the point where it would make me like uncomfortable or like make it hard to breathe or something. It was just slightly annoying, but nothing I cannot get past. However, it was such a good powder. It was one of those that are not like fully matte and fully flat. It was just slightly sheeny and hydrating, but it didn't have any like shimmer in it. It just kind of had that like velvety finish to the point where you can see that the skin is powdered. Of course, you usually can, but it looked so natural and beautiful, and it was the powder of my dreams. And it was very affordable too. Next, we have one of my favorite concealers of all time. This is the Essence Camouflage Plus. It's the Healthy Glow Concealer. Again, it's all rubbed off. I had the shade 10. This is such a good concealer. It's incredibly brightening. It's nicely hydrating. It doesn't dry out your under eyes. It doesn't just act weird, and it has beautiful full coverage that's not like super heavy or super cakey looking. Yeah, this is such a good concealer. For the price, this is really one of my favorite drugstore concealers, so I would definitely recommend this one if you're looking for a great concealer with great coverage, but you don't like super matte ones. Let's go back to the skincare section for a minute. This is the Beauty of Joseon, I think it's pronounced, I don't know. It's their ginseng essence water. As the name says, obviously, it's an essence. It's a very liquidy one, so it doesn't like leave any residue. It doesn't take a long time to sink in, but it does have beautiful like antioxidant properties. It's hydrating, it's brightening the skin up. It was just perfect. This was like my daily essence, and now I don't have it and I'm sad. But it was just really good. It has 80% of the ginger root water, and it also had 2% niacinamide, so you also get benefit of that. So you have the long-term brightening, the sebum production reduction, all other benefits from niacinamide we all know and love. Next we have an SPF. This is a great SPF. This is the Frudia Ultra UV Shield Sun Essence SPF 50+. This is like an UVA UVB protection SPF with one of like the most high protections available. I really love this one. It was pretty affordable. It smelled amazing. The texture was incredible. It wasn't super glowy. A lot of Korean SPFs are really glowy. This one wasn't the case. It was more on like the natural finish side. It wasn't like totally matte, but it didn't give you like that glowy dewy finish at all. And what I also liked about it is that it had both mineral and chemical filter, but it did not leave any white cast. So I was like such a big fan of this one. It was just one of my favorite SPFs I've ever had, and just smells so good. Overall, just Frudia products really resonate with me for some reason, and this one was a great SPF. I mean, since we're at the Korean skincare section, let's just continue. This is another essence. If you cannot tell, I need to buy a new essence, clearly. So this is the Misha Time Revolution First Treatment Essence RX with their Pro Ferment Alpha. This is, I think this was supposed to be a dupe of like the super famous, what's it called? It's like the SK2. However, this was supposed to be like kind of a dupe. It was still not the cheapest, in my opinion. This was like the most expensive thing I bought back when I started with Korean skincare, but I really wanted to try it out. It is very liquidy, very watery, and I did not really feel all that much difference. So I really don't know what all the fuss is about, to be fully honest with you. So it is supposed to be like brightening and anti-wrinkle, so I guess my skin was nicely brightened when I was using it, but I was also kind of using it, you know, in conjunction with this one. So I really did have a lot of brightening care at the table. I mean, I'm honestly not as thrilled from it as I thought I will be, because some people describe these things as like literally miracles. I wasn't like super blown away. I don't mind having an extra step that's gonna make my skin look a tiny bit glowier, a tiny bit more healthy, a tiny bit more smooth, you know? So I feel like this was kind of like one puzzle piece of the complex routine that I have. And I definitely wouldn't say it was making harm, not at all. I'm pretty sure it did work well in the routine, because again, it's one of those products that really works well with others and really layers well. But I'm not sure that I really saw like the exact benefit it should have had on my face. It's really hard with skincare though to like really pinpoint what it does. Next, we have another skincare product. This is again the Beauty of Joseon, and this is their Repair Serum with ginseng and snail mucin. I love snail mucin products. I just find them super calming on my skin. I have the Cosrx Snail Essence, and I love that one so much. Every time my skin is irritated, it really calms it down super well. And this serum had like a similar effect, I feel like. So whenever my skin was like irritated and I felt it kind of needs to like calm down a little bit from the actives and stuff like that, I would use this and it would work tremendously. So again, you have the ginseng, you know, it's an antioxidant, brightening, everything. And the snail mucin, which is kind of like an anti-wrinkle care and all these like, you know, restorative properties for the skin. So I was pretty happy with this one. There was another serum from them which I liked even more, and that is their glow serum with propolis and niacinamide. I actually am trying out different niacinamide propolis serums now because I was so happy with this one, because obviously it's brightening, right? You have niacinamide, so again, all the benefits, as we always say. As it's brightening, and you know, propolis is kind of like, I feel like it kind of has a boom now where a lot of brands use it for different purposes. This was like my perfect nighttime, you know, this restorative brightening care. I like to add niacinamide to my routine, like both evening and morning. And this one was a great like nighttime serum because it was a little bit heavier. I did feel like my skin is like nicely covered. It wasn't like too heavy, but you could feel that it's one of the thicker serums and it felt so good on the skin. I just really like the texture of it and how it make my skin feel. Okay, next we have another eye care product. This is the Essence Hella Good Stuff Deep Buff Eye Serum. This was also like a hot favorite of mine. I usually used it at night as like my first eye care step, and then I like kind of covered it up with like a thicker eye cream. But this was just so good. It was like this cooling, very lightweight, jelly texture kind of product that was just supposed to brighten up the eyes, debuff them. I think it had caffeine. Yeah, you have caffeine, vegan collagen, hyaluron. So really you just have kind of like hydrating and smoothing, anti-wrinkle, anti-aging, super hydrating ingredients. So this was a really good product. I really liked it. And I think now in the summer it's going to be even like more important for me that my eye care doesn't like linger under my eyes in the morning. Ooh, this is a sad one. So this is the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes Matte Liquid Eyeliner. Hands down, best eyeliner I've ever used. The tip on this is huge, but I love it. It has one of those brush tips. It is super easy to work with. It is so precise. It looks really intimidating when you look at it because the bristles, like, they're long. It's a huge tip compared to other ones. That is just so good, and it didn't even take me that long to use it up. I was really just using this religiously, and I'm actually considering a repurchase because I don't think I like any of my eyeliners as much now. Next, we have another old, new, current, all the time favorite. This is the Glow Hub Super Serum from their Purify and Brighten range. I rave about this, I feel like, all the time on this channel. This is a serum with salicylic acid, black tea ferment, and blueberry extract. So you have antioxidants, you have your BHAs. It's an incredible serum, okay? I literally miss it already. This is such a good serum. I should have like a storage just of these. If you suffer from acne, if you really suffer from enlarged pores with all those like sediments in them, this is magic. I just love it. For some reason, BHAs in my serum stage really work well for me, and this serum in particular is like, for me personally, it's a skin saver. Of course, it doesn't have to be like that for everyone. However, for me, yeah. Speaking of exfoliants, I do have the Geek and Gorgeous Calm Down 4% PHA and BHA liquid, which is a very gentle exfoliant, but it was just so nice. I really like the texture of their exfoliants. I did try 2 of the 3 they have. This is the mildest one, but again, you know, BHAs, I love a good BHA exfoliant, but this one doesn't leave any residue compared to, for example, the Paula's Choice one. That one does leave kind of like this oily film on your skin. This one is literally like water. Nothing beats this. I should seriously get a full size. Next we have the Fructis Cocoa Water Invisible Dry Shampoo. This is one of their like newer dry shampoos. It looks like it's a normal spray, but it is one of those like pressured ones. And it was just a very nice dry shampoo, which was kind of wet when you sprayed it on the hair, but then it dried down and you could like shake it out. But it just worked really well for me. It wasn't sticky, it did work really well, and it's in a very like nice small travel friendly packaging, which is always a plus. Then we have the Essence Hello Good Stuff Primer Serum. This is their blueberry serum, which also kind of acts as a makeup primer, and it does have squalane, hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, and blueberry extract. So again, it's supposed to be like a nice hydrating serum with some antioxidants. It was a nice serum. I did like the squalane in it because it kind of has like that specific texture, and for my skin, squalane actually works really well as a hydrator, so I did quite enjoy it. It was one of the lighter serums they did. It's not as sticky as the other ones they have, and I definitely did have a good time using it. Another serum. This is the 1.2.free, no filter needed, 10% niacinamide perfecting serum. This was a very nice niacinamide serum. I don't think it has zinc, which is kind of like one downside for me because I usually like to have the combination of both niacinamide and zinc, but I do have a separate zinc serum, so it's not really like that much of a big deal. I can just kind of combine. It was good. Like, it's really lightweight, and like all of the serums I tried from 1.2.free, actually I really liked. They usually have some kind of fermented ingredient. They're not Korean skincare brand, however they are like heavily inspired by Korean stuff, so they do have exactly these like fermented ingredients. They just kind of like divide the routine into steps and tell you what to use with which product, and it's just very nice. This one extremely lightweight, super easy to incorporate into my routine, and I didn't find it like lacking behind any other niacinamide products that I've been using, so I would definitely recommend this one. The only downside is that it's quite pricey. I got it on sale and it was still quite pricey. Oh man, next I have, oh my god, this is such an like underdog moment. This is the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. You may know that I hated this powder with my guts. I actually managed to use it up because it took me so long to figure out how to use it. This is such like non-intuitive product to use. I don't know. Maybe I just never saw a person with dry skin use it, because I always just see people with oily skin just packing it on. And every time I would use like a normal amount I would use with any other powder, it would look like garbage, and it would start like being patchy and just dry and just horrible, and I was so disappointed. And then I finally figured it out, because you literally have to take like the fluffiest, most sparse brush you have and just like dust it, almost apply nothing, and then it works. So this is like a weird powder from this kind of like user experience standpoint, because it just doesn't work like all the other powders you have. But that doesn't mean it's bad, right? It just kind of means that you have to get used to it. So I did get used to it, and I actually did like it at the end. I would say like half of it I hated, and then the other half I was like, oh yeah, now I know why and how to use you. So at the end of the day, I would recommend this powder, even though it's pretty pricey and it's kind of hard to use. Another serum. I've been using up so many serums lately. This is the It Skin Power 10 Formula VC Effector. This is their vitamin C serum. This is one of the best vitamin C serums I've ever tried. My skin doesn't like vitamin C in many forms, so especially in the serum category, I have to be super careful what I put on my skin. If a vitamin C serum doesn't work with my skin, it's gonna get super irritated, super red, it's gonna stink like feet. That's my least favorite part about this. And it's just gonna burn, and it's not gonna play well. It starts pilling up. Every time is the same story with so many different products with vitamin C. The thing is, this one's not as strong. It's not super potent. It just has vitamin C in like a normal percentage, and it's not overly harsh on you. So I was really in love with this, and I do have another one now, which I'm also fine with. But this one is definitely a great candidate for repurchase because I was blown away. And we're down to the last three. So the first one is this one. This is the Real Love Baby Roll in Matcha. It's their lip oil with a little roller ball. I liked it a lot. I was using it all the time. I was taking it everywhere with me. Very nice lip oil, very convenient. Then we have a primer. This is from Rival Loves Me. I don't think I ever used this on camera, but this is their Boho Vibes Aqua Primer. It was from one of their limited collections. And this was such a good primer. It was like this like slightly tinted blue gel, which was super hydrating, very lightweight. It was just a perfect primer, and it was also so good to travel with. This was just 17 milliliters, so it's like a really small tube of primer. I was really happy with this one, and I kind of want them to bring it back. And the last but not least, this is the Balea Wash Cream. I'm not even sure if they still sell it. I don't think I saw it anywhere recently, but this is... Man, this is an invention. Like, I was blown away by this one. I don't think it's really classified as like a makeup remover, but I was technically using it instead of a cleansing balm, and let me tell you, this is fire. It was like this very creamy texture. Like, obviously it's a cleansing cream. It was like a moisturizer pretty much, like a thick one. And it did have also vitamin E in form of these like little pearls. So as usual, I kind of suspect that I liked it because it does have almond oil in it, and that's one of like my favorite oils to have an oil makeup remover. So I was kind of like thinking, yeah, I'm probably gonna like this. But it's especially formulated for dry and sensitive skin, which at the time when I bought it, I had that. So I was very excited to see like a different formula of makeup remover slash cleanser. I was using it just as cleanser first, and it did work really well like that. But then I also started using it as a makeup remover basically, because I figured, you know what, like it probably can take off makeup and I'm double cleansing anyway. So I was using it as my first step in the double cleanse. It was struggling with eye makeup sometimes, so then I went to the point where I would remove my eye makeup separately and then remove the rest of my face with this, and it would work really well. Mostly because I double cleanse though, so I can kind of get away with using different things as my first step, because then I can use like a stronger cleanser as my second step. But overall I was very impressed with it, and it was definitely super like calming, soothing, hydrating. It wasn't irritating or stripping my skin at all. So if you have very sensitive skin and you're looking for something like this, actually at DM drugstore you can get it for a very small price, a very good effective remover slash cleanser. And that's all from a box of empties. Yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed some of these like super short reviews, and I think that is it. So thank you very much for watching. Consider subscribing, and if you want to see more videos when I talk about my empties and give you these like flash style reviews, you can check out the playlist. See ya!